West War Room Rivals is sponsored by Emporia State Federal Credit Union. Learn more at esfcu.com. Text or call the number 620-342-2336 to get started today. ESFCU is the Shovix banking of choice, federally insured by the NCUA. This episode of West War Room Rivals is brought to you by JBW Solutions Industrial Safety Services, your remote safety partner no matter where work takes you. From the job site to the office, JBW Solutions brings OSHA 10 and 30 training, plus a full lineup of compliance services straight to your screen. Whether you're a small crew or a major operation, they make safety simple, accessible, and effective. Visit jbwsolutionsllc.com to learn more today and stay compliant wherever you are. West War Room Rivals is sponsored by Field Ops. Kansas sports fields just got an upgrade with Field Ops. Looking to reserve top quality sports fields in Kansas? Whether you're organizing youth tournaments, adult leagues, or weekend pickup games, Field Ops is your go-to platform for discovering and booking the best athletic fields across the state. Instant online reservations, detailed field info such as locations, amenities, and photos. Field Ops is also trusted by coaches, organizers, and athletes. From Wichita to Overland Park, Field Ops has got you covered with real-time availability and streamlined scheduling. Get in the game at gofieldops.com/Kansas-KS. That's gofieldops.com/Kansas-KS. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to West War Room Rivals, where rivals collide. We have got a fun little episode. It's a little bit of a kickback here, I would say, fellas. And so what we're going to do is we're going to get started with our roll call, brought to you by Spy Optic. Use Orange 20 to get 20% off some 6 shades like what Austin and Matt have currently. The best sunglasses in the business, hands down. So, Shovix, kick us off with some roll call.
Yep, I'm Austin, represent the Chiefs.
I'm Cory, represent Broncos country.
Matt.
I'm Matt with Orange Crush News 365, representing Broncos country.
And I'm Cody, representing Raider Nation. We also want to give a special thank you to our big sponsor, JBW Solutions, veteran-owned, community-driven, safety-focused. We actually had a call with him last night. It was really fun to get to chit-chat with him and tell us how he's liking the show. And so we hope that you guys like the show as well. So by liking the show, please go ahead and follow us on Instagram, TikTok, all the social medias, and subscribe, share, comment, all on the stuff. What up, Meg? Welcome to the War Room as a Westie Bestie. Austin, do you want to say hello?
Hello.
Why didn't she have a Westie Bestie shirt yet?
Do they ship international? We should probably find a way to get one out there.
You should ask her that.
To be Mrs. Westie Bestie.
Mrs. Westie Bestie.
Coming on a bit strong there, are we? Anyways, guys, so tonight's episode, we've got kind of a, like I said, a laid back episode. We're going to be debuting our segments, aka our Seggies.
Our Seggies.
Our Seggies, yes. And we've got some interesting names for our Seggies. What I kind of want to do is, before we kind of dive into them, I kind of want us to go through and just name them off and, kind of briefly go over them. And then what we'll do is throughout the show, we're going to kind of unveil them a little bit more. So are you guys good with that?
On it.
All right. By the way, before we get started, did you guys have a good time last night with our chat with 3 Guys, 6 Balls?
Yeah, I mean, those guys are always fun, right? It's kind of, it's a little different than when you have a former NFL player on with us like we usually do, right? Mm-hmm. So to get other guys who, love sports and love talking sports brings a little bit of, I think, one, it takes a little bit more pressure off of us. We're not worried about, is this going to be a terrible question? Like, should we really ask this former NFL player this? Where with those guys, they'll say just as crazy off the wall stuff. I know the one part where Avery was like, yeah, the Chiefs 7-10. He's like, no, they're not going to go 7-10. He's like, I thought it was funny.
Yeah. I just think the triggering remark was just always great because I've never seen Austin perk up that quickly before.
That's true.
I just like that on his, like, underneath his name, he put former child.
Yeah. They were something. And I do encourage everyone, make sure you guys go find them on Instagram. 3 Guys, 6 Balls, NFL podcast.
Yeah, don't forget the NFL podcast.
They were very adamant with make sure the NFL podcast is put on there. And also, they have a YouTube channel as well, so go subscribe to them. Because if you were watching last night, they are doing a journey throughout the season to find out who their next teams are going to be. A couple of them were Cowboy fans,
And they're done.
Which is
Where
about
their balls drop.
Yeah. Years too late. I mean, they've suffered enough. So, they're gonna eliminate. They have their starting point. We didn't want them to reveal too much. They didn't want to reveal too much. So just make sure that you guys follow along with Joel and the boys and see who they end up picking towards the end of the season.
Yeah, and it was a great time too. And what's impressive is all three of them are going to be hunting for a new favorite team, because Avery in the group is usually pretty neutral, and Will and Joel are the Cowboys, and they're swearing off the Cowboys. They're getting divorced from what they said. And so it looks like all three of them will have a favorite team, which I'm very curious to see the process. And like what Cory said, guys, go follow them at 3 Guys 6 Balls NFL podcast. It's very important that you put the podcast part in there. God only knows what will happen if you just put in the other half of the name. And yeah, it'll be very interesting. So do you guys have anything else before we kind of get rolling on our Seggies?
Let's we had a little bit of a chance last night to kind of recap Carl Pickens, but I want to bring that up again just because I did go back last night and watch a little bit of it. Guys, I don't know if anyone's going to be able to top that, really, like truly. And I know we're going to have Quentin Jammer on again, and later on in October we'll drop down who else we will have coming on. But I still want to go back and just remind everyone Carl Pickens did say if he had a team he wanted to play with John Elway.
Yeah.
Again, my match reaction to him saying that again. So we do have a post on Instagram right now that Matt created talking about that. So make sure you guys go comment on that. Give us your thoughts. Because, I mean, who knows what would have happened if Carl Pickens didn't in fact play with John Elway.
Yeah, make sure you vote too. How many Super Bowls would they have won? Would nothing have changed? Would they have at least won one or two more? So make sure you guys get in there too and vote. How do you think they would have done in that era?
So again, thank you to Carl Pickens. Again, he didn't have to do it, but he wanted to come back on here, and he's already wanting. We're already going to probably have him on for a third time here very soon. So again, thank you to Carl if he sees this.
Yeah, shout out. It was a great episode, and God, if he was on the Broncos, that'd have been so insufferable around the household. I can't even. Austin, I think we dodged a bullet on that one.
Yeah, I mean, luckily I was just a wee little chap at that point, so I wouldn't really remembered anything, but because I don't even really remember their back-to-back Super Bowls. It might be because I don't want to. But yeah, I mean, as a Chiefs fan, I think I would hate it, but I'm becoming obviously a very huge fan of just Carl Pickens as a person.
Mm-hmm.
And just hearing all the times, he's mentioned that, he didn't play for the winningest of teams, right? And they were doing things like pranks and stuff to keep vibes high. And as a fan of Carl Pickens, I think I would have loved to see him go somewhere that he could have at least gotten a Super Bowl or a little more love or appreciation, because like he said, Cincinnati's not somewhere you go where you want the spotlight, and it's a little different right now, just given the concept of the war. There's nowhere you can hide that's not going to get some sort of love. But during his time, Cincinnati wasn't a place people were getting the love.
Yeah.
So I would have been okay just as a Carl Pickens fan of him getting a Super Bowl. It didn't have to be with Denver. It could have been with anyone else.
Yeah.
But yeah, just for him, I'd wish a Super Bowl was with his name.
Would have been a lot cooler if it was.
Yeah.
But it wasn't.
He also brought up a good question too. What does it take to get in the Hall of Fame? What do you have to do?
That immediately triggered all of us.
Oh yeah.
All of our body language has changed. We're like, Carl Pickens, you dog. You answered or you asked the question.
Yeah.
That just, got us all perked up.
Oh yeah. Shout out to Mama Shovik for being in the comments. Yes, he was a super nice guy. When he comes back a third time, though, I can't wait to hear what other questions he's going to present to the War Rooms. And we're going to have to figure out what Seggy it's going to fall into, or maybe maybe we should advise him to come up with his own Seggy when he comes on. That'll be very interesting.
I think I'm working on a couple of questions I might want to present to him. So
yeah, I think we'll have our own little Carl Seggy.
That'll be great. Can you imagine, Carl, your Seggy is up, man. Go ahead and drop whatever the Seggy is.
He's like, what the fuck is wrong with you guys?
I wonder how he's gonna feel about my Seggy.
Well, we're about to find out.
Jammer, he's going to be stoked and then immediately disappointed.
Yep. It's gonna be that meme where he's all excited and then.
Or kind of maybe Mrs. Williams' reaction when she saw what you had.
She just called me an idiot. So
shout out to Jeff. Make him a regular host. You know what? If we could, we would absolutely do that. In fact, I think we threw that idea out here that he just be on there regularly. So
we have absolutely thought about it. We're working on plans. There's still some stuff behind off here that we don't talk about often, but we are excited to share this stuff with you guys when we do find out. But there's also things that we don't want to share because if it doesn't happen, then we're like, let everyone down. So
we follow Matt's path and just being a disappointment.
Yeah.
No, he said he was proud of us last night. That's a win for us.
That's because we were on there.
That's true.
Yeah, he probably went back. He probably went back to my mom after he got home. Like, yeah, what a bunch of disappointments.
Join the club. Join the club.
All right.
But yeah, no, we've discussed trying to think of a little bit more with Carl, and I think we just want to know how to approach it. Make sure we don't seem, I don't know what the word is, aggressive or desperate or anything, but it's been discussed. We've thoroughly enjoyed having Carl on. We would like to continue having him on, and we don't want to ruin that by being overly eager or anything. So it's been discussed. We think it would be a great idea just because he himself is awesome. He has football knowledge. He's passionate about football. And I think it would be awesome.
And then stay tuned because we have Quentin Jammer in a couple of weeks, and we've actually thought of a couple ideas, and he's even actually kind of been on board with some of these too. We just haven't nailed anything down like for sure with him, but that could be something that we talk about in a couple of weeks with Quentin.
Yeah, very much so. Very, 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 very exciting. So
yeah.
All right, so I think it's time. Seggies. All right, so since you guys are chanting it, then who wants to be the first one to deliver their Seggy?
Well, it's you because that's how
I know, but you guys should lead it off. I'm gonna lead it off, guys. Come on.
But you're chapter 1.
I know, but
you're top Seggy.
I'm not top Seggy. You guys put that there because I'm hosting tonight. You guys are a bunch of scoundrels.
I didn't even think about that when I was creating that.
100%. That's not what you thought about.
Go look at my image. Cody's chapter 1.
I know, but
joke's on you. I don't think at all.
Yeah, read a book.
I mean,
what's that?
Not really. Okay, so let's lay this out real quick. So we're not actually diving into what these segments are going to be. We're just laying out what you guys are going to see weekly, starting next week when we get into going into week 2. Okay, but I think we can all kind of agree. We may drop some, examples for you guys on what some of these may look like. So I think for now, Cody, we can just name them.
Yeah, you know what? I do have a little bit of a preview for mine. So I was just trying to get you guys to go first, but I'm ready to go.
I mean, I can go first just to make
We just got to understand Raiders are used to being last, so he just wanted to keep that tradition.
Oh, I see what it is. Okay. Yes, you guys are definitely going 7-10 this year. For sure going 7-10.
I would place a lot of money if we could gamble in Missouri right now.
Well, I wish we can do the same in California. They're about to outlaw that. So we're going to have to drive somewhere legally and gamble and then collect it in that same state.
Yeah, that's right. We can put some nuggies.
There we go.
That's just all I think about when I hear Seggies is nuggies. We can put some nuggies.
That's kind of how I came up with this.
Oh, yeah.
That's that. We can put some barbecue behind it or some nuggies. So
I mean, you're not going wrong with any of them. So
yeah, I do before I can't believe we didn't start off with this. We were supposed to have Alex Sims on tonight as our guest. Life happens. She's actually she got moved to prime time on TV in her area that she covers sports, which obviously kind of doesn't work out with our schedule on broadcast. We're going to try to work a rain check in, but yeah, we everyone was expecting Alex Sims. I get it, but life happens. It's a couple times happened to us. We're working on a rain check. Nobody think bad of her or anything. She didn't stand us up. We've been communicating. You can still be a fan. No big deal. So just wanted to throw that out there. I know people might have been expecting Alex Sims, but maybe another night.
Instead you get us.
Yeah, instead you get us and our Seggies and Nuggies.
I mean,
So I'm
Dang,
gonna,
are we gonna do Seggies and Nuggies when we drop our Seggies? We
no,
eat some Nuggies.
what are we doing? Stop.
You got me on Nuggies.
So I'll start. So my segment's going to be called Cory's Crossfire. Really excited for this one. So
Mine will be Austin's aerial defense.
Matthew,
Mine is going to be Matt's intel on league face-offs, also known as the M.I.L.F report.
MILF.
MILF.
Yeah.
That's my favorite. And then mine's going to be the silver and black ops. So talking about inside stuff going on pregame. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, my storyline's not solely on the Raiders, but AFC West focused. So
Correct.
And that's all of us. All of ours are centered around AFC West. So even though you hear silver and black ops, I get it. We get it.
Yeah, it's more he's just a Raiders fan.
But I mean,
the coolest name, by the way, too. So.
I mean, I liked it, honestly. Like, I thought it was cool.
I mean, cooler than M.I.L.F report?
Well, no, but
okay, you know what? That's a fair point. Second to M.I.L.F report.
MILF. You heard that correctly, everyone.
It is M.I.L.F.
The MILF report. Quinn
Right
Jammer,
off
you're watching this, we understand your disappointment, but you never know. So
Yeah.
now I'll kind of dive in. Mine's basically just a no filter, no hesitation. I'm basically going to come out with some hot takes, bold predictions for the week, for the season. So, for example, I'll just drop it on you guys right now. How about that? I think Denver has to show improvement this season, or Sean Payton's going to have to worry about being on the hot seat. We have new ownership group. These are guys that they are billionaires, right? And they're competitive. They run Walmart, for Christ's sake. They want results. You can do, you're 9-8 with Russell Wilson. You can do 10-7 last year. Now you're talking a lot of stuff here going into this season. You're putting a lot of pressure on your team. It's warranted. I'm okay with this. By all means, put pressure on your team. But at the end of the day, you have to show results. This is a win now business. I think if he doesn't show improvements, that he will be on the hot seat.
Boom.
That's actually a really good one, because this will be his third season.
This is year 3.
Yep.
Yeah. And I know that, and we've talked about this on a couple episodes ago, that the Broncos' expectations are borderline Super Bowl, if I'm not mistaken. So that's a lot of pressure for Sean Payton.
On him, too.
Yeah.
He's putting these expectations on him. And I get it. Some of them, I've yet to hear maybe some media has, and I just haven't paid too much attention to what the actual media is saying. But I do hear the media saying, hey, they should be able to win the AFC West, right? And then you have Sean Payton saying this is one of his top 7 favorite rosters he's had. Like, I'm okay with all of this, but at the same time, it's like you still have a second-year quarterback. You're still, you're not quite there yet. So, I mean, at the end of the day, man, you got to show the improvements. I mean, this is you can't go 9-8 and expect everyone to be okay with that. Like, you're going to have to be in that 11 to 12 win range. I'm very confident in saying if Denver goes 9-8 or even 8-9 this year, that there's going to be a lot of talk going on in the offseason about, is this really the right guy?
Yeah. I'm going to add on that. What head coach in our division do you think has the most pressure?
I would almost say it's Harbaugh and Payton.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but you can never sleep on the Raiders and what their ownership does either, too.
Well, I mean, I want to say, like, and I think Pete Carroll has pressure in the sense of, like, a lot of people that we've even talked to are high on Pete Carroll and about what he can do for the organization. I think if I had to pick one out of the 4, I'm probably leaning towards Harbaugh, because he came in with this expectation that the Chargers are going to win the Super Bowl almost in his first year, is what it felt like. And, they have the quarterback, they have the defense.
They had a roster.
They had a roster already situated. Like, he didn't really have to do much other than put his plan together. And, obviously it's been pretty pat. So I think, like, John Harbaugh has probably the most pressure, just because, again, the Chargers went out to go get him from Michigan, and he's coming back. And a lot of people think that he should have won the Super Bowl back in when he was with the Niners, and he didn't. And he's got so much expectation around him about what he is supposed to do in this division. And I guess today I would say maybe it's Harbaugh more than Payton, but I think that's how I'm seeing it on this side of it.
And Matt, correct me if I'm wrong here, but I still think if anything saves Sean Payton, it's still the whole dead cap thing with Russ. When he got here, he didn't ask for Russell Wilson. He didn't necessarily want Russ, and I think it showed rather quickly in that season with Russ. So maybe that's his saving grace is the dead cap, all the dead cap money that they've had. That may be his saving grace into, okay, 9-8, cool, or another 10-7 season in an early exit or missing the playoffs. I don't know, but Matt, what do you think?
So I'm gonna say it's definitely the dead cap. That the Russell Wilson hit that everyone thought like Denver's never going to recover. It's going to be like 10 years before they recover from this.
Yeah.
But in one season, I don't want to say fully recovered, but they definitely made big strides. They saved a lot of money. They made roster moves, saved a lot of money, brought in players, and they made their playoff push. So there's that. And then also you got even his first season, 8-9 was their best record in since 2016. That was their best finish. Because most of the time it was 6-11, 5-12, a bunch of Raider records.
Hey,
Hey, this is a Crossfire. This is a Crossfire Seggy.
Right.
I mean, yeah, and we did sweep you guys for 8 years in a row. Was that the number?
4. Shut the hell
4.
up.
Oh, okay.
You can't even do math. But yeah, first year they get their best record since 2016. Then the next year they go 10-7. They make the playoff run, and now the expectations are only higher now. I think he did put a lot of pressure, saying we're Super Bowl bound. So now everyone he probably meant it within the next few years you'll see us in a Super Bowl, but everyone's going to take it as Super Bowl bound, so he thinks they're going to be in the Super Bowl. So now that pressure is already built. Are the Broncos going to be in the Super Bowl? But his saving grace is what he was able to do after the Russell Wilson fiasco, that he was still able to be successful after that with less money. So
let's get a little bit of a dive into Cory's Crossfire. So be on the lookout. I mean, it's going to be a little more intense, hopefully, as we get throughout the season. Though I did think of this example kind of earlier today when I was thinking about what the Seggy was going to look like. And I was actually thinking, I think this would actually be a good example. So with that, let's now move into yours.
Austin's aerial defense. So we know everyone knows at this point, I like defense. I love defense. Defense is my jam. But basically each week I'm just going to crown the ultimate enforcer, whether it's a player, whether it's a unit, or just an entire defense that basically just dominates. Obviously no examples because we haven't played yet, but I can give a couple hypotheticals. The Raiders, they can lose 42-3, but what if Max Crosby has 3 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, and all that, and all the scoring is really done through the ground game? Well, I could pick Max Crosby as the one bright spot, because he really did help do his job. Mm-hmm. What I think is going to happen week 1, I think Denver's entire defense is going to win this award because they get to play against Cam Ward. Broncos are an elite defense. They're going against a rookie quarterback. Probably not going to be pretty, but it really centered around AFC West has pretty good defenses, right? Broncos are elite, Chiefs are really good, Chargers are okay, and then there's the Raiders. Sorry, it's their defense.
No, sorry. I said this last night. Our defense is gonna be a struggle all year. So. But
on a bright note, Pete Carroll is one that maybe by the end of the year, it starts to resemble something that looks like a defense, just given Pete Carroll's history and what he's about. But, the AFC West has some really good defenses, and I want to make sure we can highlight those. So it's either going to be a person, it can be a unit, just like a whole defensive line, or just secondary, or just a whole defense that really dominates and shuts down the opposing team.
Yeah, I like that. I think you're going to have no shortages of defensive players for sure.
Yeah, I'm probably going to have a hard choice each week, right?
That's the point.
You're going to have a lot of co-aerial champions,
Because when you think about it, most weeks Max Crosby alone will probably be able to win the award just given his stat line. but it's going to be hard because like if they don't win, they still get rocked or something. It's like, well, damn, like he needs to be better. But then you have Denver's defense, right? Like if they even come close to doing what they did last year, it just might be the Broncos award for the year.
This is going to bring us so many debates this season. I'm going to be so stoked about this.
Yeah.
I do want to circle back to a question that we just had right before we did Austin's Seggy, excuse me. Jeff says that he thinks that Andy Reid has the most pressure for a couple of reasons: reclaiming the AFC West now that there's a lot more competition, and because the Super Bowl last year was not a fluke, and he believes it's the beginning of the downturn for the Chiefs. You don't think there's no pressure?
No, I mean, he didn't have to reclaim the AFC. AFC West is already still, I mean, it's still ours. But I don't think there's pressure. There might be like a bitter taste in the mouth type deal, but I don't know if there's like Chiefs could go 6-11 this year, and his seat wouldn't even be like warm.
Yeah,
like,
I think.
No,
I think Andy Reid is kind of similar to like Jim Harbaugh in Baltimore, where he can have a less than stellar season. He's not going anywhere because he's not the problem. He's the guy that's leading the ship, you know.
Now, I don't know if you put a couple of those together, then okay.
Yeah, kind of like the Philadelphia days where, you know, just 2 seasons and the you know, the fan base was starting to turn against him. They got impatient. Yeah, I can see that.
I don't think we'll be as quick as Philly was because we're not quite Philly. I mean, nobody's quite Philly fans. But, I don't know if it's pressure. I get what you're saying. I think it's more of a bad taste in the mouth type deal than it is anything. Just given the Super Bowl loss. I mean, look, Eagles were the better team on paper, but Andy Reid, the Chiefs, like they're a bunch of proud players, and that wasn't just a loss. Let's be honest. That I appreciate you for using the word loss. That's very thoughtful of you. But it was much worse than that. So I get where you're coming from.
It was a straight ass whooping.
It was the greatest spectacle I've ever saw.
I don't know which one I enjoyed better, that one or the Buccaneers one.
They were almost identical.
I think that one, because there were so many people going for the Chiefs that, the Eagles don't have it, and then the Eagles just beat the dog stuff out of the Chiefs. So
sorry, I'm just reminiscing on good times.
Usually when teams suck, they do enjoy other people's failures. So I get why I'm in a room full of people who enjoyed it.
No,
we didn't. I mean, it was nice. It wasn't bad.
Yeah. Hopefully you guys can start winning and don't have to worry about other teams.
Honestly, we can go 1-16 as long as our one victory is against the Chiefs. That's all I want.
I can't say much. I used to say that with KU football. If we win one game a year and it was K-State, I'd be happy. So I get where you're coming
Except
from.
KU already has one against Fresno State. So
yeah, we don't want to talk about that. Fresno State is in a dire mess right now.
So again, I do. So we're 2 for 2 on the Seggies. I think both of these are going to be really fun. It's going to hopefully spark the debate. Because again, guys watching, we've put some thought into these. We didn't. If you know us by now, this far into 2.5, almost 3 months now into it, we don't want to just do it to do it. We're actually wanting to make these something that not only we enjoy, but you as the audience enjoy, the takes, because Take Master 3000 over here.
Yeah.
He's going to say some stuff this season, guys. I don't know if everyone's fully, truly prepared to what's going to come out of that mouth hole of his. He's
got that dirty little mouth, admit it.
You don't know what's going to happen.
Am I going to have my own Seggy called Austin's Mouth Hole?
No, God.
Pineapples.
You might need the whole episode for that.
Pineapples.
Anyways, Matt, let's talk about the M.I.L.F report.
Absolutely, the M.I.L.F report, and it is not what you think. Matt's intel on league face-offs. That is going to be. Sorry, Quentin Jammer. I know somebody, like you said, somebody messed it up for everyone else. Got to keep it PG though. But yeah, the M.I.L.F report. It's going to be my picks on what matchups to watch. So it might be player versus player, or
That's all right, Jeff. My mom's in here too. It's
I mean,
Yeah, both moms are watching. Look at that.
we're so proud of us.
See, disappointment all around. Anyway, going on.
I've never been prouder of you, Matt. Thank you.
Go for
So
it, buddy.
it might be a player versus player, like for instance, Jamar Chase versus Pat Surtain. That matchup's always fun to watch, and then who comes out on top? Or it could be an offensive line versus a defensive line, or even a team to watch, a game to watch, something like that, and then who comes out on top. So, again, like I was saying earlier, Pat Surtain, the one I'm really kind of looking forward to, just because they haven't faced each other in the NFL yet, is Pat Surtain versus A.J. Brown. That matchup is going to be fun because the last time they played each other, it was Pat Surtain that came out on top, and I believe Brown had 4 catches on 8 targets for like 24 yards. So, I mean, they've both grown since then. So how is this matchup going to look now?
I have a prediction on that one already when they face.
I mean, I'm sure the game is not going to go well for Denver. I'm just because like we have Monday night against the Bengals and then we go into Philly. But what's your prediction?
I was actually going to say I think Surtain shuts down A.J. Brown. I don't think A.J. Brown is a factor in the game, especially if Surtain is playing him one-on-one or has assigned to him. I don't think A.J. catches that ball.
They won't. They'll move him around. That's exactly what the Bengals did last year.
Well, and I think it depends how well Denver's stopping the run. If they've improved, then, I think it's going to be a long day for Philly. But I don't think Philly can pass on Denver across the board.
I think Philly's passing offense is not as good as it needs to be. I think they rely a lot on that offensive line and the tush push and running the ball. But, let's assume Broncos make them one-dimensional, make them throw the ball. I don't think the Broncos let up, and I think that's how they kind of neutralize the Eagles a little bit by taking away that run game and making them beat them through the air. And I think their secondary is really good about shutting them down or at least not giving up big plays. And I think Surtain, let's say he shadows A.J. Brown. I think A.J. Brown has less than 4 catches in that matchup, I would predict.
Yeah, I think the bottom line is, let's be honest, whether you're an Eagles fan or a Broncos fan, and let's be honest, why would you be a fan of either? But no matter if you're a fan of football, that A.J. Brown Pat Surtain matchup is going to be must-see TV.
Yeah.
Well, and we'll preview it once we get closer to it.
People just mark it on your calendars.
Yeah.
That's one you want to make sure you don't miss.
Mm-hmm.
I think Surtain has that effect, as to Megan's comment here, scaring opponents, most offenses. I think that's true. He just catches over everybody. So
to be honest, I'm more worried about how Riley Moss is going to do than Pat Surtain. But that is my matchup to watch eventually. We'll preview that, like Cory said. We'll preview it as it gets closer. But
do you have one off the top of your head for this weekend?
For this weekend, I'm curious to see how the Broncos offense is going to do against the Titans defense.
Yeah, what people don't understand about the Titans is they got some hosses on that D line.
Boy,
let's not.
They're the number 2 defense.
That's what I'm saying. Jeffrey Simmons, DeAndre Sweat or something Sweat. It's 366 pounds
of sweat.
Quentin Chandler's brother, DeAndre Diggs.
Yeah, and they got Sebastian Joseph Day. So they got some.
They're getting Snead back right now. He's healthy week 1.
You're gonna.
This is gonna set the tone.
But that's what I'm saying. You're gonna have to, and you're really gonna have to really get your run game established. Easier said than done. But I do think the outside zone game for Denver this weekend could help with that. You're gonna need a big game from Quinn Miners and Ben Powers. That's just as simple as that with Simmons and Sweat right there. So yeah, Matt, I like that matchup.
I'm excited for McDuffie versus Ladd. I think that's a game to
say. That's going to be fun to watch. Yeah.
And stay tuned to the episode. We'll do our predictions of these games.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. You know what? Actually, looking at the Titans and Broncos matchup, Snead being on the Titans and this for week 1 matchup is the Broncos. That means he's going to go against Courtland Sutton again.
And that's always a good matchup.
Yeah.
Fun to watch.
Former AFC West rivals right there. And Xavier Woods on the opposite side. This is actually a really interesting defense that Titans have. I think the Broncos are going to have a really
Sutton's had some success on Snead though, like
a lot of
especially
Sutton's
in the red zone.
Well, a lot of
especially
his came on McDuffie though too.
So
Yeah.
I'm more curious to see this defensive line. I want to see how our running backs do against this because they're going to try to establish a run game. I'm hoping Sean doesn't try to get too cute with this and make Bo throw 30 sometimes and dropping him back 20 sometimes.
Looking at this,
absolutely.
probably is going to be the case. This defense is not you can't run on this defense effectively. It's going to be.
Yeah. I'm not going to give my X factors yet because I'll wait till the end. But I do think there's a deciding one person on each side.
I do agree with that. And I know Matt and I were talking a lot of stuff before the season, like, oh, look, we got Titans week 1. And then I think it's been here within the last week. Matt and I are supposed to sit here like, God, we're so scared for this game.
Well, honestly,
I'm completely nervous.
I need him to like amp up the pressure. Like I need him to not coach scared. That's what he's done so many times. He's a great defensive coordinator. Don't get me wrong. But against the Ravens last year, against Lamar Jackson, he just coached scared. Like he didn't want them. Like he was putting them in position to play safe. You can't be safe. Blitz the shits out of this team. Get aggressive on a rookie quarterback. I trust Vance. That's all I'm gonna say to that.
I'm gonna say to your point, Corey. That game, like the Broncos went into that game against the Ravens, they were the highest blitz rated team. Like they were blitzing the most out of any team in the NFL, and Vance didn't blitz once in that game. Yeah. So, like you said, he's got like this is gonna set the tone because this is the first game is a top 10 defense, a top 5 defense. So this is gonna set the tone of the entire season.
Broncos country set the tone at this game. He's a rookie. You got to get loud. Get loud. Come on, Broncos country. Go ahead, Cody.
Let's ride.
No. Stop it.
Mute.
Boo. Oh, I thought we had
some
people who can boo.
Where's the
Let's
boo
ride.
button?
There's no boo button on here. All right, guys. So my Seggy is Silver and Black Ops. And essentially what this Seggy is going to be is I'm going to basically, determine or pick a week 1 or week 2 or whatever matchup. And I'm going to give like a breakdown of why I think this is the more intriguing matchup, have key players that I'm looking at when it comes to why these games matter, or what team I think is going to go over the top, or what they need to do to defeat some teams. So I'm going to give an example. I've already done one for week 1's matchup with the Raiders versus New England in New England. And the reason why is because not only is it a barometer test to see where the Raiders and New England is at, because of course, as everyone knows, this offseason, New England had a brand new head coach. They brought back Josh McDaniels to be the OC with Drake May. They gave him more weapons in signing Stephon Diggs. They revamped that offensive line and that defense. So Patriots are almost a brand new squad coming into week 1, but so is the case for the Raiders. And I think the reason why the Raiders, in my opinion, not only because we need to get off to a great week 1 start, but to know where we're at as a team, as a defense, as an offensive line, there's 3 players that I think have the most pressure that are going to be the deciding factor for this game on the Raiders side. First one is going to be Ashton Genty. Is he going to be able to really pound the rock in between the tackles, go around? Is he going to be effective? So that way it gives the offense a bit more of a dynamic feel and to be able to open up the passing game, which leads me to the second player, Geno Smith. Traded for him, gave him a huge contract extension to be a player that is going to make an impact on this Raiders team that the quarterback situation that we had last year didn't do. So now Geno Smith, it's up to you. Can you be that, that step forward that we were looking for? And then the third one, and this one's most important, is a little bit of a sleeper for inside, at least Raiders camp, would be Malcolm Kuntz, who's returning from an ACL injury, who's going to be opposite of Max Crosby. What kind of pressure is he bringing around that opposite edge to help free up either Max Crosby or get home to the quarterback, or giving enough time for the interior to get to the quarterback to disrupt plays and get off the field on third down and make stands? Can we get home to the quarterback? So Malcolm Kuntz, Ashton Genty, Geno Smith, those are my 3 players that really need to step up for this week 1 matchup against the Patriots. So that's what essentially would be my Silver and Black Ops report.
Yeah, and Kuntz will be facing the rookie left tackle.
Yeah. But Vrabel, though, when he was with Tennessee, had the number 2 run offense in the league. So we've got our work cut out for us because in the preseason with the Raiders, there was no defensive line making any stands. Now, granted, Max Crosby blew up a bunch of plays, but now we got game plan, we got film, we got plays installed to, hopefully combat that. And we'll see how the Patriots and the Raiders do. This is a great test because both teams in their respective division are trying to climb up from the abyss and be relevant in their respective division. So it's a really good, head-to-head matchup for both teams.
And this could be a sneaky good week 1 matchup because I do think they're kind of, like you just said, 2 pretty even teams right now. They kind of have an okay roster, obviously still a lot of holes, but there's still quite a bit of talent on both teams, and they both brought in a respectable coach. So I think this could be a sneaky competitive, just good week 1 game.
Meg says Vrabel plus new O-line could almost make playoffs. I did say a few weeks ago, Patriots were my AFC sleeper and the Panthers were my NFC sleeper. I do like everything New England's doing right now. I love every single thing that they're doing.
So you agree with Sisson-Law?
I do. I do. I actually do agree. I think the Patriots could be a playoff team this year. Just Mike Vrabel alone. Look at the dude out there practicing with their guys, just getting
his nose broken.
Broken. So, yeah, I do. The Patriots are my sleeper team this year for the AFC. The Panthers are my NFC sleeper team. So, and I won't make my prediction for this game yet. I'll do that at the end.
My mom is very happy to hear all this, by the way, who happens to be a very adamant Patriots fan.
I'm a big Drake May believer, so that's where my love for this team.
Unfortunately, I drafted Drake May in a fantasy league, so I really need him to suck, but not be too terrible, but enough to where I win my league. So
suck a little,
just suck enough,
That's your Seggy.
That's your Seggy.
Your Seggy sucking Seggies.
Matt, come on now.
We are so mature, guys.
Matt, mom's watching.
Matt's out here cracking himself up.
Yeah, I slay myself.
Yeah. So those are our 4 segments that we're gonna really dive. We gave you guys a little snippet of them tonight. We're really snuggies. Okay.
Snuggies.
Okay, Mom.
Okay, shout out Mama Shovik. That was awesome. Snuggies. Stop it. Seggies with Snuggies eating nuggies. There we go.
Yeah. Well, anyways. So with those 4 segments, so I do want to bring in. This actually was really planned out well by us last night. After we had met with Jeff on video call and had a great conversation with him. So guys, let's do this. So we have our Fantasy Football Frenzy segment, which is going to be sponsored by JBW Solutions. They're gonna sponsor our fantasy football segment each and every week. That means a lot to us with our big sponsor. So everything he's done for us, believing in us. So we thought, what better way to do this than to name our Fantasy Football Frenzy segment Seggy for JBW Solutions. Matt, what do you think?
It's awesome. Again, he's been very supportive. And I know I told him we were going to surprise him with something today. So he's like, cool. Can't wait to see it. So I'm hoping that he's happy for it. But yeah, no, he's always been supportive. He's always kind of been that nudge off the cliff, so
that good?
Yeah, no, that's good. Because I've always kind of been a dive in without looking kind of guy, but he's the one that's kind of if I'm not going to dive in, he'll be the one to push me, and then it usually works out. So,
yeah, no, I think the moment he said there's not a swinging tool in the shed that can say and do the things that he says, it was at that point that I knew this guy was awesome, outside of obviously just supporting us and everything. So it does mean a lot. Fantasy football, we're all pretty big fantasy football people. I don't think there's a bigger or better segment we could have sponsored by JBW Solutions than this one. Every week, I imagine this could be where some of the greatest debates happen, just given how heated and competitive we all are. So JBW is going to have their name all over it.
Cody?
Yeah, I'm very excited that we're introducing this segment. We've actually had people reaching out to us asking for a fantasy segment for a long time. So the fact that we can have our biggest partner, Jeff, be the main sponsor for the Fantasy Frenzy that we'll be posting on our socials and week to week, and probably giving the most detailed analysis based on, because for most of us on this screen, the leagues that we're in have some money behind it. So of course, we're going to want to not only give the best advice that helps you win your league, but we're also going to follow our own advice so we win our leagues. And so no better partner to have than Jeff for the segment. So I hope he enjoys the surprise. He's in the comments right now. So we really appreciate Jeff for his support, and shout out to you, man. So thank you. Hopefully you enjoy. Also, Matt, does Jeff play fantasy football?
He does. I actually picked his fantasy team for him.
Oh, dear God.
Don't take credit for him.
No. He actually did go. I did the same thing for him last year. He actually did really well. So
I think what'd be cool then is Jeff, if he sent us, because we're going to announce this a little bit later in terms of like what our players are going to be and all that stuff. If he sent us something that said what his were that we can put on our socials, I think that'd be really cool for him as well.
Yeah, here's JBW fantasy team. Let's go.
Oh, yeah, that'd be sick.
Yeah, I mean, again, it was a no-brainer call for us last night.
Yeah.
We had been talking about this and wanting to do something like this, and then this segment means a lot to us, as Cody said. We're in a sleeper group with the three of. Well, he's part of this. He just doesn't control the roster.
But I had no say in this.
He had no say in the roster, but we do play against each other. I don't think any of us play against each other this week.
Not yet.
Not yet.
No.
Except we do play each other in our money leagues. So, yeah, I am projected to win. That's all I'm going to say, because I am the reigning champion in that league. I should have worn my ring. I do have my champion ring. So, yeah.
It has his fat face on it.
It has a fat face on it.
How many leagues is everybody in?
1.
3. Jinx.
I'm in 8.
What? Meg's in like 40.
47. Oh, did they freeze on us, Matt?
I think they did, but to hit Frozen Austin's point, like, remember, she's probably got like a little color-coded section again.
Frozen
Austin, I'm hot over here, bro.
Hey, let it go. Anyway, but Meg is... But I'm sure Meg, like, just because I know she's going to mess with me because she knows I'm colorblind now, so she's probably got, like, her little sleepers and stuff in different colors that I can't see.
Oh, she's only at 36.
36.
Oh, that's only 36.
That's rookie numbers. We gotta bump that number up.
I don't want any part of that. I want no part of that. 3 is going to be tough enough.
Yeah, I don't know. How do you even do 36?
There's no way that someone can do no. And Meg, I believe the number. I'm not saying that I don't believe the number. I, in my little tiny brain, could not fathom having to manage 36 teams. I'm almost.
Are they color coded?
You got a little binder.
A little binder. Just,
little portfolio, Rolodex.
But yeah, if you can't tell, Jeff, fantasy football, it's a big deal. We couldn't think of a better place to put the JBW Solutions name, and a better way to say thank you for that.
I'm just going to give you a sleeper now just for fun.
Shoot.
Troy Franklin.
Yeah, you know what? I was actually looking at him in a couple of leagues because I think obviously the Oregon connection with him and Nix, I was like, that would be an interesting pickup for those looking for a receiver.
Yeah.
Joe Flacco's the sleeper for me this week.
Yeah, because he's old.
Joe Flacco?
He's playing the Bengals, bro.
Okay.
I'm not saying they're going to win, but this week Joe Flacco can still throw the football around.
I think there's other quarterbacks on the waiver wire that you can go pick up that's not Joe Flacco.
I would take a shot with Cam Ward first.
Not a chance.
Oh, come on now.
Dude, Flacco puts up numbers still. And name a player on the Bengals who's not Trey Hendrickson or that rookie. Thank you.
What does that have to do with Flacco, though?
He's playing the Bengals.
It's Joe Flacco.
He still puts up 350 yards a game.
You're talking about him like he's Pat Mahomes, like no one can stop him. It's Joe Flacco.
Like Joe Montana.
There
He's
is
gotta-
nobody on the Bengals to stop him.
He's got to throw interceptions regardless. Does
He's
it?
still going to throw for 350 and at least 2 touchdowns.
Joe Flacco is asleep. Yes, he is
that's
dead
the
asleep
other
because
dude,
he's
yeah.
old.
Flacco is asleep.
Yes, because he is
Yeah,
old.
He's got his life alert on, and he's already in the retirement home.
I'm just saying, like, if you do daily fantasy or you go no quarterback route, Joe Flacco against the Bengals, I like it.
Okay, sure. You know what? That's
It's a
your sleeper.
pick. Like Troy
You're right.
Didn't do anything.
That's fine. I was going to say Hollywood Brown is a sleeper pick because obviously with how defenses are going to scheme around the Chiefs and Hollywood Brown is now healthy for a full season, I think that's an interesting sleeper pick. If you guys are looking for wide receiver depth or maybe you guys came across an injury, I'd say Hollywood Brown, but that'd be my only sleeper.
AFC West.
I mean, I do have Hollywood Brown on my bench. No, it doesn't have to be AFC West for the football frenzy.
I guess for my sleeper, I'm a big fan of his anyways. Cole Kmet from the Bears. I think now that he's in a Ben Johnson offense who does really well, he always likes to get tight ends involved in his offenses. Just look at Sam Laporta in Detroit. Cole Kmet, I think he's very underrated, and I think he just gets overlooked just because of who's in his position group with Travis Kelce, George Kittle, Brock Bowers. Now he's up on the rise, but Cole Kmet's my sleeper.
You're not worried about Colston Loveland at all?
I want to see a little bit more from him before I can say that that's the guy. But
that's fair.
I think Cole Kmet doesn't get as much credit as he should, but he's my sleeper.
Well, that's probably some quarterbacks he's played with, right? Like,
yeah. I will say and I'm gonna just throw this out there for being a Raiders fan. Dante Thornton Jr. is a guy that maybe some people. Yeah, and Adam Thielen too. That's not a bad one. But Dante Thornton Jr. should be a player that some people are looking at or at least stashing because he's already in the starting lineup for week 1 and for the season. And he's already got a connection with Geno, and Chip Kelly loves him. And he's coming out basically through camp as being the guy, even with the whole Amari Cooper and Jacoby Myers. So I think Dante Thornton Jr. would be a really good stash for those in a deeper league, or if you want to handcuff a receiver just to see if anything produces. I think Thornton Jr. is a pretty good option.
He's on my bench.
I tried to get him in as many leagues as I can, but a lot of other people picked him up. So he's got to have a pretty good rookie year, I think.
Yeah, you just don't know what to expect from Amari Cooper. And whatever you get from him, really the only receiver competition is Myers.
Yeah. Well, and also speaking of Myers, like there's been some good word out of the Raiders side, not camp, but on the Raiders side that he's going to continue to play. He's not going to hold out or anything. He's going to play out his contract, which is good because now with the Raiders having Myers and Tucker and Cooper and Thornton Jr., that's a lot of weapons at Geno Smith's disposal. So at any given time, you're probably going to see 2 out of those 4 or 5 receivers that have pretty good games as long as the run game is working. And not to mention, we still haven't talked about Brock Bowers in that offense. So I think that's why Thornton Jr. is a good stash.
And the other first-round tight end.
Yeah.
I mean, I have Brock Bowers. I drafted him in the St. Louis League. He was my 10th overall pick. And then on my matchup with him, I have Genty and Jacoby Meyer going this weekend.
The Jacoby Myers one favorites because that's always been my guy. That felt like betrayal.
I mean, he's got to feast wherever team he's a part of. So he's been very productive no matter where he's gone.
He was really, really good in my flex spot right now.
So sad. So I got Stephon Diggs.
All right, boys.
I have Stephon Diggs in a league. I think he'll be pretty good with May. I think it'll work out.
Matt, do you have anything else on the old fantasy football segment? We'll get more into it next week also, guys.
I'm gonna say no. I'm good. I don't want to like dive too much into it before we can actually, the season starts. So
again, that's our fantasy football frenzy sponsored by JWB Solutions. Thank you again, JBW. Thank you again for sponsoring us, and again, we hope you enjoy this segment throughout the whole football season. Now we got some prediction times. All right. So this is something that we're going to do. So someone's going to have to take these notes. I don't have my. So we're going to keep our running host total for the season for the AFC West games. So we're going to start it off with our Friday matchup. Boo.
Boo.
Chiefs Chargers. in Brazil. Chiefs open as a 3.5-point favorite. Right now, you are the Chiefs fan. I'll let you get your prediction first.
Damn, and I'm trying to take notes. You're gonna like make.
I
me
got
notes?
you, Austin.
Okay, Cody, you go first.
No, we're good. Oh, I mean, obviously, who I'm picking is the Chiefs.
I'm shocked. I thought you were going to go with.
I thought he was going to go Chargers all the way.
I thought he was going Chargers all the way.
Yeah.
I'm going to say KC only because I'm concerned about that offensive line right now for the Chargers.
Yeah, I just don't think Chargers are that good. That's my analysis.
It's very in depth. Matt,
Why are you the hard takes, man? The hard takes.
he's in mid-season form right now, fellas.
I think for me, just I don't know. I just think the Chiefs have a slight edge over the Chargers. I'm gonna go with the Chiefs on this one.
Okay.
Give me the Chargers 2017.
Oh, you want to score? Chiefs 42.
Oh, you want to score? Okay.
No, I mean
You want to score?
No, I don't want to score. Stop it.
All
right, who's
you guys?
Yeah, I'm getting the next matchup. Next matchup's going to be the Raiders Patriots. It looks like New England opens up as a 2.5-point favorite. Cody,
I'm going with Raiders. Going with Raiders. I'm not going anywhere else. So give me the Raiders.
Matt.
I gotta go Patriots. So my mom doesn't disown me.
Son of a.
My mom is watching.
I'm watching, dude.
I'm going Patriots.
I'm also going Patriots.
God dang, guys. All right, fine. I get it.
I have to see. Let me see how week 1 goes with the Raiders. Okay, and then we'll go from there.
Okay.
And then the matchup of the week.
Bro, mom's watching. I have to go Patriots.
Oh, mom, yeah. So the matchup of the week is obviously the Titans Broncos.
What?
Broncos open up as a big 8.5-point favorite.
I want you guys to know that anything between me and Meg is now over.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
I think
we
you guys
witnessed this breakup live.
Yeah, you guys just witnessed this breakup live. Anything that oh wow.
Jeff,
Brazil
appreciate you.
How dare you?
I think the she thinks the Chargers? Okay.
But Chargers have to travel too. It's not like they reside in Brazil.
Are the Chiefs bringing their own refs? How's this? Who's setting up travel arrangements?
Typical Raiders.
The Brazilian Chiefs.
The Brazilian Chiefs.
I will have you know it is Carl Sheffer's reffing, so suck that.
Okay, anyways. Matt.
I think it's going to be a closer battle than what people think, but I got the Broncos at this one. They got home field advantage. I'm taking the Broncos.
Yeah, I'm going Broncos as well.
Cody?
I hate to say it. I'm going Broncos. I just don't know how the Titans I don't know how the Titans win this game in Denver, the altitude and that defense. So, yeah, unfortunately, I'm going to go Denver. Austin?
Yeah, I'm going Broncos. I don't
Oh,
think
no, you guys, we should be on upset alert. It's a clean sweep. You know what that means.
Yeah, boo. That's all right. It's going to be the Broncos. And then we can freak out about the next week game, you know?
I mean, honestly, depending how Friday goes, I don't even give a shit about Sunday games.
Well, I mean, come on. I think the worst news today was Red Zone's actually going to have commercials.
There's no – why am I paying? Never mind.
I can't afford Red Zone, so.
That's a trigger
What's
for me.
Red Zone?
I'm not missing much, I guess.
It's that part on the field where they call the Red Zone.
Oh, I thought it was gray.
Yeah, that's fair too.
I see all 50 shades of that color.
Most guys can't find it.
Oh,
Austin, do you want to give your prediction for the Buccaneers and Falcons? Just curious.
Yeah, I got Bucks.
I got the Bucks.
Bro, Baker Mayfield? Yeah, dude.
This is in Atlanta. I'm going to go Atlanta because they swept the Buccaneers last year. So,
Not happening this year.
Ooh.
Egmika Egbuka is going to have 250 week 1.
And Bucky Irvin's one to watch for.
He's on my fantasy team too.
that's right. Meg Show is free, commercial free.
What up?
I wasn't aware I was facing a charge here.
She's got to pay
You guys
off
are getting
her show.
you guys are getting paid?
What? Yeah. So again, we're heading into week 1 tomorrow. Eagles, Cowboys.
Eagles.
Yeah, I mean it's Eagles for sure. We're not keeping track of these ones,
No.
No, it's Eagles.
we all know we're going to be right in front of the TV watching this game. So
Eating wings, drinking water.
Wings and water, America.
The 2 W's.
WWW. So
Stay hydrated, my friends.
let's talk
H2O.
as we wrap up the show tonight. Let's talk about Sunday night and what we're doing.
Our fan. Like, what are watching football? Who plays Sunday? Okay.
As Cory had alluded to even last night's episode, we will be doing a live stream following the last afternoon game before the Sunday night football game, where we will be doing our 100 sub giveaway, which is what we announced earlier this week. We'll be doing that and previewing the week 1 matchups, or giving post-game analysis, and also to giving some pre-game stuff for the Sunday night football game that'll be on Sunday. So we'll be live doing that, fellas.
Do we want to lay out the criteria?
Yeah, I think it'd be fair to lay out the criteria.
So I think what we decided on doing is you got to be subbed to the YouTube channel. Subbed. Then you got to go follow the IG account.
Follow
the War Room IG and JBW Solutions IG account.
And you're tagging
3 friends.
We'll probably have a post up.
Yeah.
Probably have a post up by Sunday for you guys to do that.
All right.
And if you don't know 3 friends, you can tag 3 of us.
Yes.
That's fine.
And
too.
we guarantee no collusion. We won't be the winners.
Okay. What a flex by future Mr. Showbick.
What the actual hell? Okay, we're done with you flexing in our chat.
All right, you're booted. I don't want to be friends with you anymore.
Meg, I'll be a friend with you.
If you're gonna be
Anyone with
Shut
NFL
up,
passion.
you know what? Shut up, Meg.
If you're gonna be the sister-in-law of the War Room, you gotta come on. You gotta put we're priority.
Man, she just flexed on us on our own show. Jeez.
I know.
I mean, over the NFL.
Yeah. Anyways, so you're following the War Room IG and JVW Solutions IG. You're tagging 3 friends, and then boom, you're
Entry.
Boom.
Easy as that. So
And you have to be on.
And you have to be watching live. So Meg's disqualified already.
Yeah. How's that feel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody else? Wait,
take that to your NFL event.
Take it.
Whoa.
Well, boys, let's go enjoy some football this weekend. Thanks to everyone in the chat tonight. You guys were killing it, even if you were flexing on our own live. We'll forgive you for that. So, yeah. Anyways, or they he or however they do it. I don't know. Anyways, let's
however they do it. They are the same way as American folk do.
I am going to dump so much tea into the ocean tonight.
Well, anyways, again, guys, we're gonna take the next few days and really enjoy some football. We're going to see you guys Sunday night.
Thank you.
Oh wow, thanks. The keychain. Yeah. Can't wait.
Told you guys she was sweet.
Cody, take us home.
All right, guys, let's pay some bills real quick. So again, a huge shout out to JBW Solutions for being great partners with us. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the preview to the Fantasy Football Frenzy segment that they will be sponsoring. We'll have more videos coming out shortly about that. Also want to give a special shout out to our other partners, Emporia State Federal Credit Union. All their information is linked in the episode card, as well as Field Op Kansas. Visit Troy for all your field marking needs. You guys, we will be back on Sunday, and we will be very active on IG, of course, with games and all that stuff. So I know our group chat will be very active come game day. I'm very excited about that. I can't wait to watch and see how everything's going to go. Please follow us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, wherever there's a social media platform. We are on there. I can promise you that. And please subscribe to the YouTube channel. We need you guys to subscribe, because when we go live or when we have anything coming up, you guys are the first ones to know. So go sub to the channel, go give us a follow, a comment, whatever the case may be. Keep the engagement up, because we do respond. So make sure you guys stay up to date with that. Anything else, boys, before we go?
Just remember, use code Orange20 and get yourself a pair of Spy sunglasses.
That's right. Spy Optic, Orange 20% off. Get some killer shades. You guys, football's back tomorrow. I can't be any more excited. It's like Christmas all over again.
Raiders suck. Oh dang!
Okay.
I was hoping to time that really well. Like,
no, sir. All right, guys, we're gonna catch you on the next episode. Say.